Hey, I'm Kev here. Let's go on to some more coverage from Season 3 of Formula Xbox. And Tier 1 visit a rainy America. The Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas for the penultimate round of Season 3. And as you can see, we're on the Inters in qualifying. And I hope to get a good lap in because, you know, with the wet conditions, sometimes it levels out the playing field. But for some reason in this game, I can't really drive well in the wet conditions. And so it didn't do well for me in qualifying, sadly, as Drastic Midget has retired from qualifying. And as you can see, I'm trying to keep it to the last with this qualifying lap, and you know, I just didn't really hook it up. I tried a new setup before the race as well, and I just didn't seem to click with it. Or for this race, even I tried a new setup, I just didn't seem to click with it. I needed just some practice really with it, just half an hour at least, trying to just practice with that setup, because I think I would have done quite well. But the Circuit of the Americas was a track I was okay at in F1 2012, but now that they've actually properly done it, and you know, Codemasters have got actually data to go off with the track being built, of course, in 2012. So for this game, it was only the first time they really had the, you know, kind of real track laid out in the game, and I'm not very good round it in this game. I'm one of the slowest guys, I think, in the league around this track. And so I didn't really expect to get a very good result around here, you know, just get some points really. That's my main hope every race really, just to get some points on the board. But you know, around here it was really just clinging on to getting a point really, and hoping to get that, as we had 12 guys here, and you know, I'm in 8th at the moment, trying to push on forward up the grid and start in the midfield for once. You know, I'm normally qualifying near the back because, you know, my qualifying pace is dreadful in this game, you know, much worse than it was in F1 2012. And as we crossed the line, I made it up one position ahead of Drastic Devil and separating the Drastics then. But as you can see, I dropped down. Oh no, I was still in 7th. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. But as you can see, I was Trem on pole by just 0.6 of a second, and then you got Jay Lang over a second back, and Hamilton Fan right up there in the Force India. Great to see for him as you go onto the grid. Nice sunny weather for the race, which is great to see. And as we're waiting for the lights to go out, we're 7th out of 12, quite solidly in the midfield. And as you can see, we've got the Drastics to our left and trying to get a good start for once, and that was quite reasonable. But in the second phase of the start again, just losing out a bit as we keep to the outside as the McLaren dives down our inside here. And we've got the Williams of Casey Legend as well, but we're keeping it on the outside here. We've got a nice run through the right-hander if we didn't drive into the grass. And you know, as I said, as it seems to be with these videos, have a part-time job, you know, cutting the grass, as we almost go in the back of Casey Legend, wildly going across the track. And we've got Pro Racing 69 behind us. I believe he's a reserve, so he doesn't score, you know, any points for the championship. He's just driving in the Caterham for fun and to show us how to drive around this track, or at least show me how to drive around this track, because I am way back already. And look at that, 11th out of 12, and we knocked up and almost into the back of Casey Legend, and just giving room to Pro Racing as well as he takes a look down our inside. But as you can see, we're just dropping back slightly and then into the tight left hander at the end of that long straight. It's always easy to lock up and go wide, which I do there, and I drop back to last behind Pro Racing 69 in the Caterham for the reserves. And as you can see, someone's gone wide into the SL. Oh, that's Drastic Midget. Oh, but he's keeping in front of us. And now you're going to see the greatest battle ever. Well, second greatest battle ever after Villeneuve and Arnoux. Oh, third greatest after the Drastics in the last race in Abu Dhabi. So the third greatest battle of all time between me and Drastic Midget for the rest of the race. We were quite inseparable for the rest of the race, even though, as you can see, we've got different tyre strategies going on. I believe I'm on the harder sidewall tyres, or harder tyres, and he's on the softer tyres for this first. And as you can see, we're giving him room, and I'm going wide, and he's got back past me. And so there's already, I think, 2 moves each for us, or 1 move each for us, as he goes wide through the kind of Hockenheim ring, you know, stadium section-esque, as he stays in front for the left-handers. I go a bit wide and collect the bollard, trying to clear the track for the rest there, you know, trying to be considerate. As I was telling, in does the fastest out of the race, and Drastic Midget is locked up majorly into turn 1, very easy to do as well, and we're going side by side into the S's. This will not work. Let's back out, there we go, we've backed out. So Drastic Midget still stays in front, but we're already losing touch to everyone else because we're battling so hard. We've got great battles in front as well between the midfield. I think Pro Racing and Arte and Stop Matt were all battling in there. And then, through the penultimate corner, I saw Drastic Midget run wide, and then I kind of had to brake because I realised I was carrying too much speed and going into the side of him. And then I just locked up my tyres instead and went into the side of him. So yeah, it wasn't my greatest moment ever. But then he locked up again into another hairpin at the bottom of the hill, and on that forward now we got DRS for us as well. So we're going to try and stay behind him, but he makes it very clear early on that he's going to be defending. So we've got this nice, clear tarmac in front of us to pick our braking point and see what we can do into this corner. And looks like we're going side by side with Drastic Midget again as we almost at the back end on the exit. Now into the tight right-hander. And we're still side by side going through this again, the Hockenheim S Stadium section. And now into the left-hand. I'm very aware he's still there somewhere. But it looks like we finally completed it all the way round the outside. Yes, we're up to 11th. And then we outbrake ourselves into the last corner. And as Drastic Midget did, he made it very clear he's going to defend. I'm going to make it very clear that I'm going to defend as well, and he just DRS'd past us. So we had no speed going on to straight, of course, by running wide. But then he locks up into the first one again. Oh, you can see Drastic Midget's problems, with the lockups all the time, and that's keeping me close despite my horrible pace. And as you can see, he's ghosting a bit as well at times. This is actually the only part he ghosted, I believe. As I believe I got past, and then there he is. He's a freaking time machine. So we stay behind him on that 5. Again, he's defending very hard here. As we look round his outside, but we're going to try and cut back on him. And then we're going to try and cut back again into the right-hander. So we're trying to make him go wide, and we're trying to get the run out the corner, but we're losing the back end a bit. Slightly corner cut. As now we go into the left-hander side by side. Looks like we've made it through again. Round his outside onto the end of that 5, and we've locked up again into that corner, gone a bit slower, and Drastic Midget has got the run on us, it seems. So he's got DRS. We're going to do, again, very clearly define that we are going to be defending into this corner, but no, Legion is coming out after his pit stop, so I got to back out a bit. I got to let Drastic Midget just go round my outside, and it looks like, I think that's the Legion actually, in front, who kind of blocks off Drastic Midget getting in front of him. Very important for Legion for his race, of course, fighting for the podiums, not fighting for the last spot like me and Drastic Midget are doing. And now we're just losing, and now we're just fighting, and we're losing time already to Legion. And I think I did get in front of Drastic Midget after that, after he kind of made a mistake in the S's there. So we're back up to 11th out of 12th. As you can see, we've lost touch to the midfield by miles, as Drastic Midget is actually down our inside into there. Been trying to cut back on him and get a nice run onto this straight, get on the power early, and we are side by side. I'm not sure if we had DRS. It doesn't look like we had DRS, does it? Yes, we did. As we stay ahead of Drastic Midget, but he's right in our slipstream. So we're going to stay defensive into this left hand, and look at this, Drastic Midget's got great braking around the outside here, and he's down our inside. I can already tell, I can sense his presence there. And as we try and cut back and get on the power early through this Hockenheim-esque section, I don't know what to call it really, but as you can see, again, we cut the corner a bit, and then we undercut him again into that left hand. We make our move in our favourite spot, it seems, through that section, and we're back ahead of Drastic Midget going into the penultimate corner. And then on lap 7, we're still ahead of him, just into the hairpin onto the long back straight, as he's going to have DRS on us. And it looks like we've got another guy joining in as we are in 10th, and I think that's Stop Matt in the McLaren who's pitted, and we outbrake ourselves at the end of the straight. That gives a chance for Midget and look round our outside, so we'll be defending hard into the right-hander, and we're just very slow through it. And there is the McLaren right in our ring mirrors, looking down our inside as we're going to give some room here, but we outbrake ourselves as well. And there goes Stop Matt, who I didn't expect at all to go past me at the time. I thought that was still Drastic Midget, but yeah, Stop Matt got past, and there, Drastic Midget having a look around at our outside here, but inside for turn 19, so we've got to give him room. And you can make 2 cars fit through there, as I think Drastic Midget decides to pit now, and he's going to try and get the undercut on me as I try and keep going longer on these harder tyres, and have less tyres for the options as we go wide into the hairpin here. And we've got Hamilton fan right behind us, and surely he's going to just DRS past us, because we've got knackered tyres, and because he's got DRS, he's going to be much faster than us down this back straight. As there we go, we select our option tyres, and yeah, he's passed us already before the left-hand corner. He's locking up into it, but great race from Hamilton fan as well. One of his best in Season 3, if I remember correctly, as this is not how you enter the pit lane at all. Don't use the wall, just cut the inside bit, the red kind of tarmac bit, and that would just make it easier to enter the pit lane. As we are onto our option tyres. Where is Drastic Midget? This is the most important question of the race, as we are fighting for the last spot here, or 11th spot, and fighting not to get the wooden spoon and be last, as Drastic Devil is in 10th, and he's passed us. Oh, the undercut has worked, that extra lap has worked, but of course we're on the option tyres, so we're gaining fast on him, and my speed was actually okay on the option tyres. We had the speed of the midfield runners, we were just battling too hard to catch up to him in the end, unfortunately. As unfortunately, I can't remember what happened. I think his controller died or something. He just lost connection between the controller and the Xbox and the game, I think. And so, yeah, I managed to get past him, as I was just going to line up for a move on that lap. But onto the penultimate lap now, and we're going wide again, and there's Drastic Midget still hanging on to our tail, as now Laney's in front of us in 10th spot. And going into that left-hander again, easy to lock up and run wide, and we've done it for the 500th time this race. And going into the right-hander, there's Drastic Midget. Oh, he swept round our outside, brilliant move from him, and no, RS to M, having another premature ejection from his Ethernet cable, unfortunately. So he's gone on the final lap. Oh, that is unfortunate for him, as I'm fighting with his Red Bull teammate here again down the outside of Drastic Midget, actually through that kind of Turkey Turn 8-esque corner, as we go on to the last lap. And now he's down our inside with the DRS, but we're going to try and cut back on him over, and he's outbraked himself, but he hasn't, but he's squirming on the exit. Now we're going round his outside. Can we Bottas him round the outside here? Yes, we can. It seems, as we go into the S's, we're still slightly side by side, but we're staying in front of him. We just stayed in front of him, as we're now fighting for a point. We're actually fighting for something now, as we go into the left hand, and again for the 1000th time this race we have locked up. And well done to the Legion, who wins the race. And as you can see, we're side by side through this section. We're losing the back end, we're losing the back end, but he's still in front of us, Drastic Midget. But we've still got the inside line now for the fast triple right hand apex corner, as we're staying in front of Drastic Midget. Can he take a little nook down our inside here into turn 19? No, he's too close behind us. Oh, that's upsetting. He can't take a look at us into the final corner, can he? Oh, he's right on our tail, but we're keeping ahead. We've got 10th. Yeah, that was an interesting battle. But well done to Legion, well done to Jay Lang, well done to Stop Matt on the podium as well, and Hamilton fan in the top 4. Brilliant races for the pair there. And yeah, that was quite an entertaining race. Not the position I want to be fighting for, but always a great battle with Midge, and great fair fighting there. So out for watching. So till the final race, cheerio.